Hi, welcome back to podcast 2 of The Awakened, a journey to self-awareness. So I'm Wendy, and today we're going to talk about the truth and the power of the shift. What happens after that first spark of awareness? So if you've ever said to yourself, why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep repeating these patterns in my life? I'm so tired of making the same mistakes. I just want a better life. And why isn't it happening? So that is the beginning of your transformation. Well done for having that thought and those feelings. Because when you get to that, you're at the edge of transformation. Because here's the truth. The moment you start becoming aware is the moment everything starts to change. So the shift in self-awareness and changes how you experience your life. So let me break it down. There are three major shifts that happens when you become self-aware. So the first is emotional mastery. And trust me, this is one of the most difficult for human beings because you begin to understand your emotional reactions. And instead of drowning in them and letting them lead your life and take over your life and run your decision making and run your life, you can name your emotions instead of them hijacking your life and your decisions. So you notice, oh, I'm feeling hurt right now. I'm feeling rejected right now. So you are feeling something. You are not that emotion. You are not angry. You are feeling angry. And then you can actually then say, well, why am I feeling angry? What is that? And that shift alone is life-changing. Instead of us living our lives on emotional autopilot and reactionary stuff, we're starting to go, okay, I'm not angry, but I'm feeling angry. And why am I feeling that anger? So the second of those three things, is behavioural insight. So you stop saying, that's just how I am, and start saying, well, actually, why am I like this? Why am I feeling angry about this? So you catch yourself in the act of about to lash out or ghost someone or scroll endlessly or send that text that you afterwards go, oh, I wish I hadn't done that because now. So it means you say no, and instead you pause and you choose, and that's where the growth belongs. So you may still choose to send that text to hold someone to account, but you are doing it thoughtfully and with intention and knowing the response that might come back. So you know how we're getting this flow in and out of this text war or this conversation war, and it's like taking a breath, going, hang on a minute, why am I feeling this? What's that trigger? So the third part of this is all about relational clarity. You stop blaming others for how you feel, and you begin to own your part of it in conflict, in the connection, and in the communication. So you get to understand yourself more. So it's not about blaming someone else. It's not about blaming you. It's understanding you. And it's so powerful. You start showing up differently, and people notice. Oh, it's kind of like you start building this stronger self-presence in conversations. You become more grounded and more settled. And people can't rock you as much as they used to. So what it feels like to be transformed, the shift is quite subtle at first. It's like waking up from a long, familiar dream, and you start catching thoughts midstream. You notice your reactions that you don't own, and you don't have to own anymore because you pause before you become a people pleaser, or before you react, and you breathe before you blame. And that includes blaming yourself, because you start understanding why you're feeling what you're feeling. And you might even say to yourself, this is who I really am. That's not about transformation. It's not about becoming someone new. It's about returning to the you have always been, beneath the noise, beneath the conditioning, beneath the fear, beneath all of that stuff. You are becoming you, the true you. So, I remember none of us are perfect, okay? And if you see any of my other videos and my courses and my books, you'll see the journey I've come on. Oof, I tell you, roller coaster's got nothing on it. And I remember moments when I almost sent a defensive, angry text in reaction to something because they hurt me and it seemed unfair what they were saying and what they were doing. And I paused and I took a breath. And actually, I feel better if I sleep on it before I send it. If I'm going to send it, I may send it differently, or I'm aware of what I'm sending. So I asked myself, what am I feeling right now? And then if the answer is I was hurt, I was angry, I was afraid, then that pause changed everything. And sleeping on it changed everything. And that's the power of self-awareness. You become powerful in your own presence, in your own thinking. So the truth is, self-awareness is about growth. And here's something no one will tell you, that it isn't always comfortable bringing to your forefront your self-awareness. It's not always comfortable. In fact, it can feel disorientating and threatening because you're seeing things that sometimes you avoided, and you've got things down there inside and they're coming up, and you're asking yourself, why am I feeling that? Why? Do I need to feel that anymore? No, I don't. How do I stop feeling that? Okay, let's work on that in the next one. So you're facing the truths you used to deny, and that can be hard, but stay with it, because that discomfort, that's growth. That's you. That's the real you, sorting it out and coming out from it a better person in the real you. So awareness always precedes change. It gives you access to your power, not the power to control everything, but the power to choose your responses, to write a new story, to live with integrity, even when no one's watching. So here's something you can try after this episode. Think about a moment this week when you've reacted in a way that you didn't love. You didn't love yourself. You think, oh, why did I do that? So ask yourself this. What was really going on inside me? What emotion was underneath that reaction? And what belief or fear may have been triggered? So write it down. Don't judge it. Just observe. And remember, you're not trying to be perfect. You're practicing awareness, and that's enough. So in our next episode, the final one, we're going to talk about what comes after awareness. You'll explore the idea of radical responsibility. It's exciting. Taking full ownership of your learning, your healing, and your decisions. Because awareness is just the doorway of ownership. And that's the path forward. So if you're ready to step into your own power, don't miss it. Until then, keep noticing, keep pausing, and above all, keep choosing. Because awareness is a gift. Keep trying, keep thinking and being true to yourself. But what you do with it, that's where your life begins to change. So thanks for listening to Awakened. I'm Wendy Gillespie. Stay aware, stay awake, and stay true to yourself. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.